Happy Halloween, guys. I'm Sydney.
I'm Zach.
And you're watching the Midnight Jamboree.
So we got a request from one of our viewers to do a video about our costumes. And the costumes we've kind of done over the years. This year we weren't going anywhere, so we really didn't have costumes. I mean, you saw we went to the pumpkin patch, and that was fun, but didn't really kind of dress up or anything. I got on my jack-o'-lantern beanie.
And I got a jack-o'-lantern shirt.
So we at least have, some semblance of Halloween stuff.
Or like Halloween couch potatoes or couch-o'-lanterns, I guess you could say. Kind of just hanging out in the living room. Zach got a projector, so we've got an air mattress blown out on the floor, just kind of hanging out, eating some junk food and watching movies. Not really feeling our best today, it's been a long couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So this is kind of our time to just veg out, relax, and not have to worry about anything because it's Halloween.
Yeah, so she made a list of all of hers. I don't really have kind of a list as much. Like, she's narrowed it down, and I can't really remember past a couple things. So how about you go through your list, and then I'll kind of go through mine.
So we didn't want to just do the costumes we've done together over the past couple of years. We wanted to kind of do all the costumes that we've ever done. I was pretty inventive as a kid. I had some really odd costumes over the
I didn't.
years.
Mine were all pretty much store-bought ones or kind of things like that I kind of have around the house.
I was a weird kid. I liked to make my own costumes from what I had. I mean, when I was really little, like when I was like my first Halloween, I was a bunny. And it's been a tradition, even my little sisters, for their first Halloweens, they were bunnies too. So that was kind of, and then me being the little girl, my parents' only child for the longest time, I was a princess for a really long time. And then my brothers, when they were old enough to go trick-or-treating, the three of us dressed up as the Power Rangers, which we'll insert a picture here. As you can see, Pink Ranger, matching slippers, like, come on now. I was pretty cool. Got that Kimberly vibes going on, and my brothers, of course, were the Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger, and we dressed like that for a couple of years. And then after that, I got really big into the 1960s for some reason, and went as a hippie for a couple of years, went as a witch for a couple of years. One year got really inventive and decided to take an old laundry basket and a bunch of pink, silver, and white balloons and go as a person in a bathtub.
It works.
My stepdad makes fun of me about that costume regularly because he just thinks it was like the most ridiculous thing, but I was the coolest kid on the block and the cleanest. But from there kind of went back and forth between like the more gothic things as I got into the teenage years. Witches, vampires, went as zombie princesses for a while, took some old like homecoming dresses and prom dresses and things like that and turned them into zombie costumes because I could. Or I went and bought like a store-bought like Disney princess costume and ripped it up and threw blood on it and then met you. And then we started doing couples costumes together, so yeah. We'll take a break there and let you kind of go through your kind of smorgasbord of
So I don't have
costumes.
a list per se. I mean, I remember certain ones. I was the Blue Ranger as a kid because that was a big thing. I think I was the White Ranger at one point too. I can't guarantee that.
That makes sense.
I know I was Casper for one Halloween after the movie came out. So it was that. One year when I was doing karate, I just wore my gi and kind of handed out candy. I didn't really go too crazy with it or anything.
I used to do that for school costumes. I would wear like my dance costumes and things like that because that was so easy to do. Like,
Yeah. Like one year I was Ronald McDonald and everyone made fun of me about it. So I took off half the costume by the end of the day just because people were making fun of me too much about it. People were kind of dicks about it. I mean, what are you going to do when you're kids and things like that? I thought it was a pretty cool costume. I went all out.
I would have loved to have seen a picture of that.
Somewhere. I don't, like, this video is mainly going to be like her showing pictures of stuff. I don't really have any. And then I was Harry Potter once for Halloween, like before the movies came out, and it became a really big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, obviously there were other costumes here and there. I mean, I was Clark Kent right after Superman Returns came out, and just I remember costumes here and there, but I don't remember all of them because I mean, there's a Halloween every year, and I've been alive for 27 years, and you kind of forget some of the more mundane things, but you remember kind of like the bigger costumes and things. So those are the ones I remember, and then as you said, we kind of started doing more coupley costumes, and I remember like the first one we did was just kind of, I tried to be Vincent Price, put on like a fake mustache.
I don't know. I think if we had gotten a thinner mustache, it would have worked.
It was too thick of a mustache.
But we were throwing a Halloween party together. It was our first real Halloween together. Threw it in the clubhouse of my old apartment that had like a miniature movie theater inside of it.
Cool.
So we rented that out, got a bunch of popcorn and drinks, and
no one really showed up.
No.
But that was okay. We still had fun.
So we just had the movie theater to ourselves. He dressed up like he said as Vincent Price. I kind of dressed up as like a zombie housewife kind of thing. Had a really cute little handmade apron that was like Halloween thing that I worked on for days. I was so proud of that thing. So we'll insert pictures there. Unfortunately, there's no pictures of my apron, but you can at least see Zach in his Vincent Price-ness and the mustache. And then after that, I think that was the first year we took my little sister's trick-or-treating.
Yeah, and I wore my Michael Jackson Thriller Letterman jacket and just a t-shirt with Frankenstein on it. Didn't really go too crazy with it or anything like that.
I don't remember what I wore, but I think it was just probably like something like what I'm wearing now. Yeah. Just like kind of, because it was our first, they were really little and half the time you need to be carried around. So it was just kind of difficult to wear a costume while we were taking them around. And the year after that, we just kind of went basic old school Halloween with it as a vampire and a witch.
It was pretty fun. I had some teeth, a cape, and all that good stuff. It looked pretty cool.
I had the hat. We still have the hat. I think it's in the living room somewhere. You know, had like a purple and green tutu. It was pretty fun. What was after that? Oh, that was the year that I had 2 costumes. One was a work costume where I went as Princess Leia, and that was fun. I loved that because it was just like a little dress, and it had a hood that had her ears, or her hair on it. So that was tons of fun. And then later on that night was my personal favorite costume that we've ever done, that I've ever made. And that was Henry and June from Kablam.
It was pretty awesome.
It took us a couple weeks to get that. I mean, we made the costumes ourselves from scratch.
Pretty much, because all the stuff it wasn't really like readily available.
No, like we took some khaki pants and dyed them red for you. Got like a t-shirt and some fabric, and I made you the upside down smiley face shirt. Got some wigs and we cut those and styled those. You painted shoes for us. Yeah. I had to make my own sweater. I bought like an orange sweater at Target and sewed a bunch of ribbon onto it to make little stripes and dyed some pants. Like, we went all out. And I love those costumes. We still got part of them somewhere, though we could probably do it again at some point. And then after that, just kind of went back to basic, just kind of
pretty easy stuff.
Costumes. I mean, last year I was at work, so I just kind of wore like some Halloween clothes and did some really gothic makeup and went as a witch again. And this year wasn't at work, so I went out in pajamas all day.
It's pretty easy. I mean, at a certain point, I'm not saying, you know, once you get older you can't dress up or anything like that, but it's just, costumes can be expensive, and if you're really not going out and doing anything big, I'm not gonna buy a costume just to sit at home.
Like, if you have like a party that you're going to, or if you know you have kids and things like that, that's one thing to dress up as an adult. But like we said, we were just hanging out at home, wearing some Halloween pajama pants, some Halloween t-shirts, and a Halloween beanie, and just kind of hanging out. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys are dressed up as this year and kind of what funky costumes you had when you were growing up. And while you're down there, make sure that you're following all of our links to our social media accounts. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, and Twitter.
And don't forget to subscribe to us on here and hit the notification bell so you can see the next time we upload a video.
So until next time, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Zach.
And you've been watching the Midnight Jamboree.
Bye guys.